our good friends at TechLabUK have sent us another package. I wonder what's inside. All right, here we go. This is what we've got. Let's open this up and we'll see what they've sent. There is a purpose to this box. It wasn't just sent randomly. Out of the kindness of TechLab's heart, he is a really great guy. You should go and check him out. We'll put links in the video description so you can go and check out his tech content too. Has sent over a package that's going to be used in an upcoming video for a computer for my daughter. Now, this is her first own computer, and she will be in the video as well. And this is, I think, some of the bits for that computer. Now, more will be explained in that video. And that video may come out before this one, it may come out after. Not actually sure yet. But let's dive in and see, well, let's just see what we've got. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop that over there and I'll bring it out and show you what we've been sent. Okay, so straight off the bat, I can see we've got an Antec A50 CPU cooler. This is a tower cooler. I've not specifically owned any Antec products before, and certainly haven't shown any Antec products on the channel before. This is the A50 SP. Now we've got a picture of an ARGB fan on the front there, and I will take some B-roll after the fact and probably show that over me talking. So let's go through some of the specifications of this while I'm showing you some B-roll shots that I took after the fact, after the video. This is the A50 OP model. This is a 122 by 75 by 158. That is the dimensions. It has a PWM fan, which is nice to see. It says LED type NA, but on the top it has a picture of a RGB fan. I don't know if this is RGB or not. It doesn't really matter if it's not. It's really not important. It says confusion. Okay, a little bit of confusion. So the okay, so the box actually shows the specifications for 3 different models. As we turn around the box, we've got the A50 CPU cooler OP fan. On the back, we've got the A50 CPU cooler SP ARGB fan. And then on the other side, we've got the A50 CPU cooler SP fan. Well, I guess I did read it out earlier. It's the A50 SP fan, which will be that one. Okay, so now we're reading the correct specifications. So again, APS50. It is a 120 by 120 by 25 mil cooler. The fan type is PWM. LED type is not available, so I'm guessing this is a non-RGB CPU tower cooler. So it'll be one of these 2 here, I would imagine. We will open it up and have a look. It's a fan speed of between 800 and 2,200 RPM. That is an impressive RPM, actually. That's 2,200, give or take 15%. So potentially it could go up to 2,500 or more on the RPMs. Airflow is quite high, 62.7 CFMs. Now, CFMs, we've got a airflow cooler, airflow tester coming, so we can actually test if what they say on the label is actually correct for the fan. So we will be using that for fan testing, and we will try that on this as well. The noise level at full speed, I assume that means, is 28 decibels, and lifespan of the fan is 400,000, no, let me get that right, 40,000 hours. 40,000, is that right? 40000. That's 40,000, right? I'm going to go with that anyway. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. I probably am, I normally am. It has a 4-pin connector for that, and the rated voltage is, of course, 12 volts, as most fans do use. The rated current is 180, give or take 20%. And it has a 4 heat pipe with aluminium fins, as you can see from the B-roll. Socket compatibility for this cooler is LGA 775, wow, that's going back some, 1150, 11.5X, so that's 1150 and 1151, I presume. 1366, 1200, this is Intel sockets, by the way, 2011 and 2066, so that's Core i3, i5, i7, and an i9 CPU it can take up to. Moving on to AMD, it supports AM4, FM2, basically AM4 and anything backwards it supports. So FM2, FM1, AM3 plus, AM3, AM2 plus, and AM2, and a warranty of 2 years. That's an impressive warranty. I must say, this box looks brand spanking new. It has been opened, obviously. Should we take it out and have a look? Yeah, let's take it out and have a look. I'm going to take it out, have a look, and just see what it looks like. Because at the time of recording this, I haven't actually seen it yet. Okay, so we've got brackets, which is good to see, mounting brackets. Wow, I tell you what, he does like to keep everything in the correct bags, in the original bags. That is really good to see. So we've got mounting brackets there, and more mounting peripherals here. We've got the manual as well. I've got to say, he does look after his stuff. More mounting brackets there, and a backplate for what looks like to be Intel. Yeah, it's probably an Intel backplate, I would imagine. Looks kind of like that. And then we've got the cooler here as well, by the look of it. Let's have a look at this. Ooh. Now, it's been a long time since I've built a system with a tower cooler in it. Pretty much all of the systems I've currently got or shown on the channel, maybe apart from some of the older videos that we've done, which I would suggest you not watch because they're quite bad actually. I wouldn't, you shouldn't really say that on a YouTube channel, but don't go and watch the really, really old videos. Watch the ones in the last couple of years, they're okay. Anyway, this is the first time we've actually had a tower cooler on the channel. Now, I don't know how that's picking up on camera, but I'll show you some B-roll shots if it's not very good, but it looks brand new. Is this a brand new cooler, TechLab? It looks brand new. It's even got the plastic cover on the bottom of the heat pipes there. I don't think this has ever been used. It looks brand new to me. Thank you very much. That's very impressive. She will love that. One thing I have noticed, as we suspected, this is the non-RGB version, so that is fine because, well, I mean, we can either stick that fan on there or replace it. We will probably stick an RGB fan on there because I think she wants RGB in it, but we'll get to that in the other video. Looks good. Yeah, 4 heat pipes as described. That should cool whatever we're using, whatever's in there for her build. So very, very impressive. Let's put that back in the box. Okay, moving on to the next thing. And oh, a Christmas card. Thank you. I'll open that after. There's something in the bottom of the box. Now I'm going to look at this thing first, and then we'll get to the thing in the bottom of the box because I was not expecting that. Okay, this looks to be a motherboard. What it is, I don't know, but it's definitely a motherboard. Very, very well wrapped. I have to say that on everything that I get from TechLab is that he does take care of his stuff, especially when posting it, which is great. Packaging when you're posting is really, really important. Anyway, that aside, let's have a look and see what we've got. This is a micro ATX, and these, if you lose these, they're hard to come by. It's very, very good that it's actually got one because this board does not have a back plate or IO shield on it, which goes on the back, and you'll see that in the build video as we do that anyway. So this is the MSI H110M or 110M Pro VH. Now, I'm not specifically sure what this supports. This is an Intel board. It has an Intel CPU on it. In fact, if I can get the light right on it, it has an Intel Core i5 6500 at 3.2 gig. I think, if my memory serves me correctly, that is a 4-core CPU. And Skylake, I believe, that's socket 1151. So it's great that that cooler does support so many things because it will fit this. And we will obviously need to put that backplate on it because this is Intel, so that's quite good at it, has that in there. We've also got some RAM on here as well. What is he sent? 16 gig of Crucial DDR4 2133, which is absolutely fine for the CPU that he's paired with this. Ports on the back, we've got 4 USB 2.0, I believe they are, and it looks like we've got 2 USB 3.0. I know the naming has changed on USB ports. I'm sticking with what I know, USB 3.0, USB 2, because that's what it should be. That aside, it's got HDMI port on it, VGA port on it because all Intel CPUs have graphics on them, which is great. And obviously microphone, headphone, and a subwoofer port. I think that's what the three are. Basically input, output, and microphone, which can also double as an input as well. And a good old fashioned, oh my God, it's been so long I've actually forgotten the name of the port. PS2, that's the one. PS2's got a good old fashioned PS2 port on there. Do you still have a motherboard with a PS2 port on it? Comment in the comment section down below if you still have one and are actually using that computer with that port on it. I'd be interested to know. Okay, so as far as features, I don't actually know what this supports, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have RGB support on it. 4 Serial ATA ports on there, standard Serial ATA. USB 3 on the front, which is good to see. We've got a CPU fan, system fan header there. So we've got 2 fan headers on there. It looks like that is probably about it. We've got a USB header on the bottom down there. We've got front panel I/O connector on there and front panel audio connector, as most motherboards do. And that is pretty much it. Power delivery wise, I'm not entirely sure what this one will go up to, but we may look at upgrading that a little bit later on, but this will get her going. And to be honest, the thing's going to run fine. It's going to run pretty much anything fine. It is only a 4-core CPU, but that's absolutely fine. Now we've got a, looks like a 4-phase power delivery here. I don't know much about power delivery, but I'm pretty sure that each one of these is 1 phase, so that's 4 phase. And again, that will be fine, but that will limit what we can actually upgrade it to. So we have to take that into consideration as well. It's a micro ATX board, as you can see there. No M.2 or anything like that, so we will have to solely rely on the SATA ports, which is, again, absolutely fine for this particular build. And it has 16 gig of RAM in it. That's pretty impressive. Audio, everything a young child could need from a computer. Now, there's one more thing in the box, and one thing I was not expecting. Okay, here we go. There is a note on said box. Let me read the note out. The note says, "Don't give her that old R9 290. Use this instead. Merry Christmas." I'm not lying. I'm not making that up. That's actually really nice. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. That's really cool. Oh dear. Right, so what have we got here? Let's take that note off. That's really cool. So we've got a gigabyte, assuming it's the actual thing in the box. It could just be the box. I don't know. This is, according to the box, it's a gigabyte GeForce GTX 1060. 1060, damn. WindForce edition, OC edition with WindForce fans. It's the fans that I always used to think that it was the actual graphics card that was called WindForce, but no, it's fan design. That's what they're called. She can obviously do VR, although she won't be doing VR with this. OC edition, so it will be overclockable or is already pre-overclocked. Now, oh, hello. So it's a dual fan, if it's what's in the box, 6 gig. That's good, because actually the R9 290, which is what I was actually planning on putting in the build, and you'll see that in that video as well, only has 4 gig, which again, for the things that she will be doing will be fine, but 6 gig is going to be even better, and she better play even more things on it. So that will last her, it will give that longevity, and eventually when she gets a bigger monitor and such like, she'll need more RAM in the graphics card, and that will help with that. GeForce GTX 1060 WindForce OC 6 gig edition. Wow. That's cool, man. That's actually really cool. Oh yeah, that's definitely gigabyte. That's definitely gigabyte style. We've actually had a card exactly looking like this on the channel. Hoping you can hear me over that. Yeah, we've had one of these before, not a 1060, a 1050 in fact, and it looked almost identical to this. This is very familiar, and you will have seen us spray one of these actually, white and rose gold, in a previous video. And that's quite fitting, because actually the case that this is going into is the white and rose gold case. It's a mini ITX case. And the graphics card that we sprayed looks exactly like this. And obviously not 1050, it was a not a 1060, it was actually a 1050. 2 gig graphics card, the same size as that. And this is a 6 gig 1060. That is going to go a long way. And that is really, really nice. So on the back, we've got, on the front for the I/O, we've got 2 DVI ports, DVI-I ports that is, and we've got HDMI and DisplayPort as well. No VGA, because at the time this one came out, VGA was pretty much gone by that point in discrete graphics adapters. So that is why we do not see VGA ports on graphics cards anymore, because, well, they're long dead at this point. You can get adapters to go on there, and you can get adapters to go from HDMI to VGA if you've got an older monitor, which we unfortunately actually will be using a monitor that has VGA, not DVI, but we've got an adapter for that. That is impressive. Now, I wonder if the white and rose gold that we sprayed on the 1050 will fit this. The 1050 is not actually doing anything. It sat in the back of the studio and just for show, but now this is going back into service and the case is being reused again for the white and rose gold build. I might swap the chassis over, might swap the cooler over. I've got a feeling it's actually the same exact screw, pin out and everything. So I will see what my daughter says, my youngest daughter, who the computer's going to be for, and see what she wants to do. She might want to keep the black. She might want to put the white one. I suspect she'll probably want me to change it to the white one, but the graphics card will perform exactly the same. As long as all the screw holes line up, shouldn't be a problem at all, but we'll see on that one. To summarize everything that we've got a graphics card, we've got an Intel-based CPU, a Core i5-6500 with 16 gig of RAM. This is DDR4 RAM on there as well. And we've got a cooler to go on that. The Antec A50 CPU tower cooler, non-RGB one, but I'm sure that will be replaced with an RGB fan. I can't wait to try this out actually. I'm impressed. We've got all this stuff for her build. Now that video is coming up very, very soon. We're filming that actually tomorrow. So if you want to see how all this stuff performs, all this stuff, if you want to see what kind of performance we get out of a system, 4-core system with a 1060 and a tower cooler that we've got 16 gig of RAM, then stick around and get subscribed, because that video is coming really, really soon. None of this would have been possible without TechLabUK. Now, it's not often that a tech channel will promote another tech channel. In fact, I've never seen it, but I'm going to do it here. You should really go and check out his content down below. He's got like 6,500 subscribers. He's a great stand-up guy, helps out smaller channels like us to do content and send over stuff for builds. He's just a great guy. You should go and check out his video. He's done a lot of videos. Some of them are really, really interesting, and some of them are top-notch quality information that you really need to go and watch. Now, please do watch our stuff as well, but also go and watch his stuff as well. That's it from me. We'll catch you in the next video.